friends, it's Brittany at Ink and Papyrus, and welcome back to my channel. We make journals to keep a record of some of life's best memories, right? So why not keep one of adventures with our best friends? Meet mine. Say hi, Dale. I've been blessed 6 wonderful years with this derp. What better way to tell you all about him than to show you the journal I've used to keep track of so many of his milestones and my most treasured memories with him. By the way, whether you're a dog person or not, I hope this video will give you a ton of ideas for how to cleverly document times with the ones you love. Also, I should add, I have a few junk journals dedicated to him. I know that may sound crazy, right? He is a dog after all, but I think he's one of the best parts of my life. This right here is just the first one I've ever made, and many of our day-to-day memories I've simply just incorporated into my day-to-day sort of regular journals, which is perfectly fine too. But if you are simply head over heels in love with your four-legged friend and believe they need a special dedicated journal to them, here is your sign to start one. So yes, today we are doing a full flip through of a dog-themed junk journal, but before we get started, I just want to remind you that last week I did a video on creating a bunch of DIY dog-themed ephemera, really easy, that you can use in your journals, and I will link the video to that above and in the description box. The other reason why I think a lot of you will appreciate that video is because, as you see here, I went through a bunch of old photos and cropped them down and created brand new, completely different themed junk journal embellishments. And regardless of the theme of journal that you're working on, I think it's a great tutorial in how to crop down old photos and make new, absolutely fabulous junk journal pieces. All right, let's get to it. So now for the flip through. In this idea, guys, I hope to give you a bunch of ideas for how to organize your signatures, dog-themed layouts, the kinds of ephemera and packaging that I collect to decorate my junk journals with. I want to give you a bunch of not just layout ideas, but clever ways to incorporate photos into your layouts. I know that can be a little tricky sometimes, so I want to give you some ideas for that. And at the bottom of this video, in the description box, I'm going to link a PDF that I've created of a ton of dog-themed junk journal ideas for page layout decorations and journaling prompts for ideas for things that you can write about in your junk journals that you will hopefully help prompt you to, I know sometimes it's hard when you go to write things, sometimes we have writer's block, but this is going to give you a ton of ideas for memories that you probably won't want to keep a record of your pup. Okay, so let's get into it. So this here, and I'm going to try and keep this video a reasonable length. It's going to be hard for me because I love my dog so much. He's the best thing in the world, and so everything's going to come with a 10-minute story, and I'm just going to apologize in advance, okay? So this, actually, I made this 4 or 5 years ago. I've been working on different journals since then. I just ran out of room for places to keep memories, so I had to make some more. So this essentially is really basic. I made this probably 4 or 5 years ago. This cover is actually from a pillow that he tore up when we first got him. My dog is the best dog in the world. He is so well behaved. I don't think he's ever, he was never in a house, so we faced some challenges with that, getting him acclimated. But he never destroyed anything that wasn't a toy except for this pillow. And it was on his bed. I got him this cute, nice new pillow, and I think he thought it was a chew toy, so he destroyed it. That's the only thing he's ever chewed up in the house. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, he probably thought it was a toy, a stuffy, and which he does kill. We have a stuffy graveyard. Nevertheless, when I saw this fabric and him having destroyed it, I thought, you know what? Of course, that would be a perfect journal cover. The closure is just a button of a little doggy, whatever you call it. I can't think of the name right now. And this is fabric I had in a drawer, and I remember thinking, gosh, that fabric is ugly. What will I ever do with it? And then I realized, you know what? It is absolutely perfect for this cover. It ties in the blue and the yellow the tan from the bones. This is actually a squeaker from a toy he destroyed, made into a tassel. I put some beads in it to make it like a little shaker. Just some little blue beads, a dog, like very basic. Had I done this journal today, I would have made a much more glorious tassel. But you know, in hindsight, it might take away from the little Kong squeaker. So I'm happy with it. And I just went around with some blue fabric and made some trim. Okay, let's get into it. So the front cover is just his name and some like random embellishments I think I got in a doggy sticker pack. And it says woof. I'm not sure what this is. It's just a little printable. I guess I went around it with some gold glue. Okay, this has a little bit of a story behind it. So when I first adopted him and we were anticipating him coming home, I made a little banner for him that says his name, Dale, D-A-L-E. I just cut out the letters. And I thought this was adorable, kind of silly, but I didn't really know where else to keep it, so I decided I would just stash it in the front of this journal. And here it sits. The front page here, the first page, just some cardstock, some dog themed cardstock. I will, this cardstock, this is old enough, I don't know where I got this, but I will try and link I always link the link to my Amazon storefront that has a lot of my favorite products. I will look for some dog themed cardstock and embellishments if you guys are interested. It's one of those niche themes. It can be a little bit harder to, you know, find dog themed stuff without buying it. It's totally doable. This is his original shelter picture. Oh my gosh, when I see this, oh my gosh, kind of breaks my heart a little bit all over again. This was him on the floor at the county shelter. This is a poem, I Am Rescued. I love this. I just thought it was appropriate. I had to put something really sweet and heartwarming up against that picture. It's still kind of, I don't know, it breaks my heart a little bit to see that picture. That's him at the shelter in the playpen there. This here, I made just little paper clips. I actually still have a couple of places that I can left to journal in here. This is just a collage paper. I just cut out squares and like, I thought this was really cute and looked like a quilt. Right. Little post-it sticky. That's him. I think one of the very first days I brought him home. I meant to journal a little bit about that. I am going to, throughout this video, I have those couple pieces of ephemera, look how cute he is, that I made last week, and I probably will pop a couple of them in while I'm doing this video. So this was a text chain when I was trying to convince Dale's dad to adopt him. And kept sending him pictures, like hoping he'd say yes. I met Dale when I was volunteering at the shelter. I didn't intend on that happening, of course. No one ever plans on, you know, but yeah, like try volunteering at a shelter for more than a day and not coming home with a dog if you don't already have one. So this is really fun layout. This is basically, we did the embark testing, the DNA testing. We thought he was probably a Bloodhound, but turns out he's 0% Bloodhound, but like a 100% very good boy. There's him with the embark DNA test before we sent it off. There's just the packaging from the actual embark test, and I did a flip for the big reveal. And it says he's 50% Foxhound, 36% American Pit Bull Terrier, and 13% American Staffordshire Terrier. It was so cool seeing his lineage and looking and seeing his relatives and where they came from. And if you've never done it, I would recommend it. I just think it's really fun. I printed out some more of the information. Here's a little, I guess I made a little paper clip to match like the chromosomes. I'm such a dork. I think I just sewed along the top. But it just has like his chromosomes, a breakdown of the different breeds and some of the history about the breeds. There's only 3 different breeds, so it wasn't very hard. This is his family tree. And I guess I made a little flip up here. This was like such a fun process. It's so cool learning about ancestry. Okay. That's all the serious stuff I think here. This next page I thought was so cute. I think I saw this. I think this is a digital printable, something I found online. It just says, today I'm going to get myself a squirrel. And it's a sticker of a hound there. Dale loves going after the squirrel in our backyard. That's another just image online. I've been consistently pretty amazed recently at the amount of just free images that are accessible online, especially if you don't mind resizing them. Online is always a great place to go. Of course, you can get fancy, printables pre-made for you, but sometimes it's just really fun looking for your own images and printing them and sizing them. And, I just glued and pasted this down, but there are so many different ways you can use the images. A little bit more journaling room. I just put his breed breakdown, and there's Foxhound, there's an American Pit Bull Terrier, like very vintagey looking. This is some of that cardstock I got. This is from the Bully Make subscription toy boxes, and all I did was just shape it into a tag and put a little orange ribbon around it. I really like this cardstock, this paper pack. It's probably a Michael's paper pack, I'm not sure. I got it so long ago. Okay, I put, speaking of awesome, here are a few of my favorite things. The top 3 are food, long walks with my human, big love to cheese, sun puddling, paw rub, zoomies, meeting new doggy friends, deading things, anything that squeaks. That's him waiting patiently for his breakfast. We made him an omelet. Dad guy cooked him a delicious home meal. Where's Dad guy? It says, honest question, who has the larger schnoz? Wow. Maybe Dale's dad wouldn't find that as funny as I did. He said, spoiled, what you mean spoiled? Okay, I pretty much get what I want when I want it. I can't help it, I'm so darn good looking. Basically in Dale's Bully Make box, he got it's a chew toy, a nylon chew toy with, in the shape of a remote. So essentially I just altered the page to make it as if this were his remote control. So request belly rub, tell me I'm the best boy. This button calls the staff, and this button schedules his walk. This one dispenses a treat, and this one just requests his Uber. I thought little touches like that can be so just make, I don't know, just, adding a little humor to it and just kind of seeing like documenting things as if you were looking at the world through their eyes and how they may, how they would want things. Oh, this was him. We did a dance challenge online during, I think, COVID. We did like an Elvis dance together. This was hilarious. I made a picture of him in a, there's this community online, this dog community, and it's just like, if you've ever been on X and have looked at the dog pages, it's just a very wholesome place to be. Everyone just posts, they're all dog accounts of just dogs living their best life, and he's kind of a member of Zombie Squad. It's this like, basically we just post pictures of him patrolling the area, keeping the world safe from zombies. So I put always on patrol. That's him at the park, or actually that's at the pond right around our house. And I just added a little bit of cardstock. Oh, it's just a little flip out. I do need to do a little journaling. One day, see, this is the thing, it's like 99% done. I just have to take the time to like actually add a little bit of journaling and some descriptions for some of the photos I have in here. Let's Dale in his helmet again. That is when we took him to the beach. You'll notice I have a lot of photos in here because of the kind of journal that it is. Some of these layouts, I use the photos really creatively and I crop them down, and some of them I kind of just put them into their entirety. So this is basically in order to join Zombie Squad online, where you post pictures of your dog patrolling, they just have to like write a little oath. So this is the oath that I helped him write, and it says Dale, who loves kale, because we have a garden and he loves eating the kale riblets. So funny. That's him smiling, him at the park, him sun puddling. Sun puddling is his favorite thing. There's him. So this is just some of the packaging from his Bully Make box. Bully Make and Bark boxes we get intermittently. This is just some of the packaging, the wrapping that comes inside. I saved it, I sewed on it a little stamp of a dog, a little bit more journaling room. You can dress it up just with some glitter glue. This is obviously 2021, it kind of feels like a world away. I made just with some extra cardstock I had. I made some little extra, just things that you can pull out and write on, doodle on if you want. We added some fabric and some pockets, more glitter glue as you see there. More little areas to journal on. Just kind of makes it more interactive, and I might just put some little, I don't know, pieces of packaging or something else on these, just because they're so busy. I didn't really want to write on them. I might just put like a small little picture, but like crop his head on one of these. I'm not sure. I'm gonna it would literally take me like an hour to just go through and kind of finish, just add some cute finishing touches. This is a little button of a dog that I got. This is, somebody sent us some treats, and so they just did this on a cute little heart, and I'm kind of using this as, I use it as like a bookmark. This is Dale outside. He fell asleep on the umbrella. He's so funny. This is his first time meeting his cousin, Duke. So I journaled a little bit about it and drew a little picture of a watermelon, because that's what we fed them to cool off. These are his girlfriends in the neighborhood, and them having a sniffing party. This is another picture that I altered. They're so easy to do, but I just put, here's an action shot, because he was ready to like zoom. I just cut out a shape of a dog bone, just to kind of liven up the page a little bit, since I left these pictures kind of in their entirety. Oh, I love this picture of him. This is him just putting his paw up, so I put a high paw. This is just kind of tells the story of, so like it took him a couple of months to really settle in, as it does with dogs. He definitely had never been in a home before, but it's like a flip switch just one day, and he realized that he was in his home, and like his personality came out, and it's just funny how when when a dog doesn't have to worry about when they're going to get their next meal, or worry about where they're going to be, and they finally establish a routine, they become playful, and just you really see them grow, and you really see what their true personality is. That's him in the bathtub, bamboozled. He hates baths. It's just a little image of Snoopy I found in the bathtub online. Again, like I'm sure it was another free printable. I found this fabric, this plaid fabric, and I just thought it was like, he's so handsome there. And I just thought it went really well with the scheme. There's him and his ball. This was his first Thanksgiving with us. We over treated him. He got mac and cheese and turkey skin, which is really fatty. And I'm really ashamed to say he got pancreatitis his first year with us, which you have to be careful. We actually were very careful about what he eats now. We cook a lot of his food for him, but we're kind of naive and stupid. And he went around the table with those big brown eyes of his begging, so he didn't just get turkey skin from us and a little mac and cheese. It seems like everybody else did the same thing, and he got sick. So okay, there's him eating there's his nylon steak toy. I put hoping and praying none of my neighborhood pals see me like this. Absolutely infuriating. That's him in his ducky raincoat. Another altered picture. We have some dumbbells upstairs, and I just took a picture of him in between the dumbbells and just put a whistle and a stopwatch around him, like trainer. This is a long story, but basically it's kind of a dog. We a fake dog, a like picture of a dog that we pass around and took, kind of like you would with Curious George, but we sent him through the mail. I put R.I.P. Piggy. It was fun. There's him destroying a pig. Here's some cute little journaling cards. I have the most basic like dog stamps, but if you just get yourself a couple of like dog, I'm trying to think, like stamps, die cuts, if you just get a couple of those things, with like some dog themed washi, you can easily put together a journal just with the pictures you have and some free printables and just packaging you have and using your imagination. I love the stamping. I need to do some journaling on this page. I put happiness is, I'm probably just going to list some of his favorite things. Just a collage of, you know, a fire hydrant. He lives up to the stereotype. This is just a card that I had in one of the vintage like paper packs that I got off of eBay. It was a dog bearing a bone, so I put that there. What are these? This is just from a magazine of a guy hanging out on the beach with his dog. Some digital printable. This was from like a bingo that I got, and so I just cut, it's just all different breeds of dogs, so I just collaged the page with it. That's in our garden. This is another picture I edited. I see you have a sandwich. I like sandwiches. This is from a dog bingo. Oh, this brings back so many cute memories. Dale. Has anyone seen my rope? Derpy Dale. There it is, right around his tail. I captioned this, show me your best derp face. Didn't edit this picture at all, but just put some sunglasses on him. I need to do a little journaling there. And that's the dog that we pass around in the mail, walk around the pond with Flat Tucker on crisp fall morning. I just think that's such a good picture of him. This is an envelope that I edited, basically. Not edited, I can't find my words today. It's just an envelope that I altered by putting some of the packaging, some stickers, some cute little fabric, a fire hydrant, some digitals, some places to journal, another doggy bingo card. I will say I love these buttons, but they bulk up the journal so fast. Here begins signature 2. I have to tell you, I'm kind of surprised. I forgot like how basic this journal was. I hope you guys are still enjoying this flip through. Like I said, so I've had him for about 6 years now, and I think these pictures are probably from the first 2 years that I had him. So I really was I probably started journaling maybe 7 years ago. So I really started to work on making my layouts more interactive and a little bit more advanced. But I don't know, the journal is just so special to me because of obviously what it is. I really wanted to share it. So this is a St. Patty's Day layout. I just made him a little bow from some fabric I had. I put the humans are the lucky ones. Some people go their whole lives searching for Dale. Oh. A little tag, some old fabric. And again, this is such a bulky thing. I don't know why I put this in here. I mean, it's cute and all, but oh my gosh, this is why I'm having a hard time shutting the actual journal. Well, that and the rest of this stuff. Okay. Okay, very cute. You can tell this is like a springtime signature. So this here, looks like I love the fabric and the button. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. Oh. Isn't that the truth? Again, what a cute prompt. I really have to journal about that, okay? aside from needing to journal on a few of these pages, I really am like almost done. I mean, I should be done. Like, this has been like 5 years in the making. I didn't realize there's a few places here and there, but I really need to journal. And ideally, you want to do it when you're putting your pictures and while your memories are still fresh. This is, I remember this exactly. We took him to get ice cream. I think this was after a vet visit. That was probably part of the apology. We call them apology tours. Whenever we go on vacation or take him to the vets or something. If we have to go on vacation without him, or I love that texture, by the way. Whenever we go somewhere without him or have to take him to the vets or something, we take him on an apology tour. And like we'll plan a weekend or something around him and create an itinerary for him to make it to him. Bad to the bone. See, so they don't all have to be pictures of your dog. They can just be dog themed. Like, dogs are so cute. You know, like you can find images and make all different kinds of ephemera and decorate a journal that way. Just put, don't forget to stop and smell the roses. You're my sunshine. Wonder, is he in that picture? He loves hanging out in the garden. That's probably why I put that there. Those are just sunflowers. There he is, helping Dad Guy out in the garden. Again, a little place to do some journaling. I love this. I made this little kind of notebook, I guess. It's just full of bright colors, wrapping paper, little stickers. I love this. I'll definitely do some writing here. This is, we took him to a park near our house. He loves the river walk. Doggy doodles. Some stamping. Just that collage of bright colored paper. I love it. This is packaging. I love saving treat packaging. So when you think about it, advertisers, they spend so much money trying to create packaging that's appealing and eye-catching, you know, and we spend all this money like trying to buy ephemera and all this stuff. But in reality, if you look, like some of the cutest, most appealing ephemera in my journal is packaging. So I just made this little tab and a little, sewed some paper on so I can do a little bit of journaling there. This is just layered paper and a sticker. I love this. D is for dog. This is one of these things where, like, this is a journal that can come together really, really, really quickly. You just, because it's so niche, you have to be good about keeping pieces of ephemera together. If you have a huge box and like just with stuff piled on top of each other that's unrelated, it's going to be a lot of effort to reach into that box and sort it. But if you keep in like a padded envelope or a small box of pictures and packaging, and you know, even if you don't want to journal in a actually journal in the journal, or if you haven't made it yet, just writing down on a piece of paper or a notebook, you know, this is what we did today, like this picture is from this. It will make your life so much easier and make it so much more likely for you to complete that journal. Oh, I love this. I love these little stickers. I think the other reason why I was slacking, not to make an excuse, but this bulked up, which is maybe why you should journal as you're putting things together, but it is a little bit difficult. I'm sure it's still possible. The other thing you can do is if your journal gets so bulky you can't lay it flat, you can just write on a piece of paper or do some doodling, whatever you want to do, and then glue it into your journal like that. That actually looks quite nice. But that's the other alternative if your journal has gotten so bulky you're having a hard time writing. Especially on like the opposite side, it'd be really hard to write, but just get some whatever piece of paper you like. That actually might be what I do with these. I have this dog bone template from these that we made, which again, that video is linked in the description box. But this is perfect place to write, and they're nice and colorful. You just cut them out and put them on whatever paper you want to put them on. Alright, so that's that. I also, another great, I was going to say, this is like the perfect size. These old planner pages that some are gessoed over. be perfect to, these are perfect to put in a box. If you're journaling, you want to keep a record of something or make a note of something, but you haven't created the journal yet, you can do that, and that keeps memories fresh for you. Or if you're in, like me, and make the journals way too bulky, you can easily use these squares to write on, and then instead of struggling to like, you know, just write on them and then cut them out and then glue them right on your pages. Just a thought. I like to come up with solutions to problems that I feel like I'm probably not the only one who has. It's a cute little journaling card. Oh, and I put, these are his favorite shoes. See, this is 2021. These are some of these, he loves these Yak shoes. So just save some packaging. Did some collage. We'll do some journaling here. Loving, kind, and fearless. Oh, my boy. There's him in front of some flowers. I think that was at our neighbor's house. Put down some washi. Washi is one of those things that, you know, if you don't take it out, you totally forget about it. So I like to just keep a little box. It's a cigarette box of a couple things of washi, a couple pieces of ephemera, a couple pre-cut thingamabobs or other that I can just pull from. And I tend to use my supplies a lot more often that way. And it's just much more satisfying than always having to dig out supplies all the time. I could not think of a way to crop this photo because I love the picture of him in front of the whole garden bed. So I just lined some paper that I can write on, or maybe I'll just leave it as is. Man's best friend. That's them playing tug of war. I love this picture of them just sitting around the table playing poker. So I printed that out. Some paper to do some writing on. I love this. I wish I knew where I got this paper pack of these like textured glittered hearts. I love them so much. But did someone say treat? He's figured out how to herd us over to the treat jar. So that's probably what he was doing there. Him in the garden. If I can't bring my dog, I'm not going. Self-explanatory. There's us at the beach, my pal. My buddy. We were having such a good day that day. It's just some beach theme surfboard paper for you on St. Patrick's Day. Another digital image that I must have printed out. So you can get some really good, I don't know, obviously it's a mix of modern and vintage stuff, but you can get so many good free printable images online of vintage or modern dogs, you know, whatever style you're going for. That's him in the summer. I love this picture of him with his tongue out in front of the palm. I just thought that was so perfect. That's him at the beach, soaking in the sun. Again, the packaging from his Bully Made box of shark fins and a dog's tail. Project Play. I don't know where this is from, but I lined it, of course, with the intention of journaling on it. I do love these layouts, and they're so simple, but it kind of captures the moment. There's just a little lizard on her, whatchamacallit, gutter. I can't even say those words out loud without him freaking out. I don't know if you guys, if yours is the same, but like, this boy, there is nothing he loves more than going for a you-know-what. He lives for them, absolutely lives for them. I love Snoopy, and I saw this picture of them, and yeah. Me and my best friend. Again, just a little flip out to journal on. This is a great way to add journaling space if you're running out of space. I guess I could have just journaled right on the picture. That's him. We took him out for ice cream. Yum. I did edit this picture. Obviously, you can go on Canva, a bunch of other places on the internet, and just alter your pictures. They're all templates. You can just drop and drag a picture. I thought this was perfect. And print them out. The one thing that has really helped me in my journaling is having a portable photo printer so I don't get so behind on my journaling. I will link that in the description box, the link to that if you want to look at it through my Amazon storefront. but I love having that. Actually, this was, all of the pictures in here were actually developed pictures that I had developed well before I ever got this portable photo printer, but it has helped me a lot to have a portable photo printer. It just allows me to kind of keep up with the journaling much better, as opposed to, getting pictures developed every 6 months and kind of having to pick up the pieces. If I wanted to do a journaling spread with a photo that I took today, I can easily do that. I'm looking at it, sorry, it's on the other side of the room. It's lovely. I also did sort of an unboxing where I went through all the features and tried to show you what the app looks like and how, basically just mini printer 101 kind of stuff in case you're interested. Again, like the cutest packaging comes in the tree and toy boxes. Snoopy with some daisies. I love this. Us at the beach again. Live, love, bark, fun in the sun. Him at the beach. Some beach style washi tape. This is a great way to line your photos. You can also, if you're running out of room and you want to do a bunch of journaling, you can hinge the photo with washi to the page, and so it flips out so that you have all that journaling room underneath. There's him eating his watermelon and yogurt. Again, another button to bulk the journal up, but oh well. When we first got him, he had a little bit of a tendency to dig, and like I said, he is the best boy. There were very few behaviors we really had to modify or work through, but one of them was like digging. I think plus it gets so hot here in North Carolina, like the feeling of the cool dirt, like that has to feel so good. And one day I just caught him just full on just digging for gold. Sure of this, and we're gonna laugh about it and somehow fix what you just tilled like better than any machine ever could have. And that was him, my boy. And so I put a little tag, that feeling of dirt beneath your paws, hashtag Digger Dale. Love that boy so much. Okay, that was us at the beach. I went through this stint where I was like, I have no idea what to do with these little pipe cleaners. They're kind of, I don't want to say ugly, but like, what do you even do with them, So I just put them on some tags, There's me and Mr. Dale at the beach. Spend a lot of time at the beach. I have a stamp that says a whale of a tail. So I was just going to put a little story about us at the beach. There's him on his little blanket and a cooling vest if you're wondering what that is. Oh, this is red, white, and blue. I just sewed some ruffles on. Maybe I'll put something there. Maybe I'll make one of these dog bones, but like red, white, and blue style, and just put it on. I think that would look really cute and tie the page together. There's him. I altered this photo. I just put a top hat on him and put a very festive drink in front of him. There's him outside with his red, white, and blue bow tie on, patriotic, under the flag. There's Snoopy in all of his glory. I love that. More summer days. Summer days are here. Us at the beach. Life's a beach. Smooth sailing ahead. I love that. And this is this really old image. This has to be some liquor, some like distilling company. Him at the beach. Hot diggity dog. Oh, there was this little, in this ephemera pack, it's the surfer that says love water, and I put, just kidding. He's gotten better about actually at least wading in the water. He's never been a big water boy. I put land lover. He's so cute. We treat him to sardines sometimes, so that's just packaging. He loves sardines. There's a picture of the water. Some of his bully made toys. I edited this picture. I was so proud of myself, but look how cute. I would never call him the BAD word. But look at him. I just was so proud of myself. I edited that like the little jailbird. There's him in front of the pond. This little flip up. Packaging, 15 out of 10 at dog rates. I love at dog rates. Playtime. That's him and his cousins. Butt sniff, baby butt sniff. some more little charms, dog charms. Tongue Out Tuesday, playtime, let's go for you know what. I just thought if he were to have like a Tinder account or an OnlyFans account, that would be his profile picture. Look at him. Look at him. This actually is a funny, well, this, you're probably like, okay, why is there a picture of him facing the TV? It took him months to get him to actually be in a room with the TV on because he was terrified of it. And that was like his biggest like nemesis, was the TV. And it probably took a couple of months before we'd turn on the TV and he'd run away. He'd run into the closet, he'd run into another room. And just one day we were watching TV and he was curled up on his bed and he didn't run, and he just sat there. And it was so, I don't know, like little things like that when you have a rescue dog. You have the little feats like that feel momentous sometimes because you realize they're settling in and they feel like they're at home and they're comfortable and they feel safe. So that was kind of momentous for us. Sniffs. I love a good deading session. He loves Kong Wubbas. Oh my gosh, that's him in a shark bow tie. So cute. Another edited picture of just him in a hot air balloon that I did. Ice cream. Silly Hat Month, edited picture of him with spaghetti on his head. There's a picture of him. I put a banana peel on his head and titled it Kung Fu Banana. Oh, I love that. Home of the Loyal and Spoiled. Ain't that the truth? Live, Love, Bark. There's him in his collar. And a little green heart. Just did a bunch of journaling about him at the beach. Okay, Valentine's Day. I had a Valentine's stamp and had some hearts and all different kinds of stuff. I printed out a little poem of a dog, and there's a stamp. Here's Sun's Out, Tongues Out for Tongue Out Tuesday. Oh, I love this picture of him. I gave him a little mustache. You see that? Does this wide angle lens make my snoot look big? Yes, yes it does. So it's just little captions and like inside jokes like that like can really make these personal and so full of just happy memories to look back on. These were some packaging of some treats some wonderful people sent us. So I just kept this. Just a little printable Valentine with some dogs on it. A little envelope that I had folded. Little Valentine. An advertisement that I printed out. I love that look on his face. This is a little pocket that I made and just put some bling and some hearts on it. I love that Valentine paper. This is from a cardstock paper pack. He just has like the funniest look on his face and has his tooth sticking out. I love that. Just a little card I made, a little collage of roses and more Valentine themed stuff. There's him. Oh, I used the doily and just put some pictures of him. This is all very basic, but it's still like, I love it so much. But if looks could kill, that's him in his little raincoat. We made a pizza and I have never seen him look at something like that. So I had to take a picture, not to like mock him or tease him, but, and I found a printable of something that says dogs love cheese. I have never seen anyone, like your goal in life should be to find somebody who loves you, like, or look at you like Dale was looking at this pizza. I just thought this fashionable dog was so cute. That was us. Dale sandwich. Sweet moments. Oh, we made Dale a chicken and kale gnocchi with a little bit of red sauce. Oh, he's such a good boy. I like this better. Instead of like taking the photos in their entirety, just cropping them down. I just think it really adds, when you take the focal point and or make something a focal point and then put it up against a background, I don't know. I think it looks so much more personalized. It's so much more eye-grabbing. It leaves you a lot of room to do other, journaling or other decorating. Like playtime with Dad Guy in the early days when I was settling into my new home. Things like that. I love that. He's so handsome, isn't he? Just a little bit of stamping. I said, is there anything I can't make you do with these eyes? It's true. He gets everything he wants. And then some. I found this paper that has these like paws on it. It's all like fuzzy and textured. There's him at the pond. Some more. Gives me pictures of him. Him sun puddling, napping. Fashion forward. That's him in his cute little coat. He's short hair. He like insists to be, when it actually gets cold here in North Carolina, he actually insists to be put in like in his coat. Those are his cousins, Duke and Daisy. So I just drew a little flower. There's him eating a fig. He's the official taste tester of the garden. There's all the puppies hanging out. There's us making some really silly faces. Oh, I love that picture of us. He's like looking at me like, how did I do, Mom? How did I do? I love that. I said, not to worry, Dad. The kitchen cleanup crew is here and ready to work. Feel free to chirp at any time. I think he's just getting out some potatoes. Here's playing tug of war. There's him in the garden. There's a picture of us again. I just collaged some flowers down. I don't know why. I just thought when I guess because we're outside, and I had a picture. Oh, you know what? I know what this is. This was packaging from his. We do give him dry food sometimes, and this was packaging from the dog food bag, and so I just added some flowers. This is summer of 2020, first gardening season in my forever home. It was also the year I learned to self-harvest. Let's just say that humans didn't get to eat many strawberries this year. So it was his first year with us when he really, he hadn't quite settled in yet, and he was like so food obsessed, he'd eat anything he could get his hands on, so we actually had to be really careful. He's not at all like that now, but it was so funny. We had our first strawberries came up, and Dale ate them all. Home is where your dog is. Ain't that the truth? Which actually, one of the pieces of ephemera I made, home is where the dog is. I love that saying. I gotta get these cards in here somehow, or I'll just put them in my intention when I was making all that dog themed ephemera was just get it in the journal, the dog journal I'm currently working on. Just rooting out them wascally wabbits. He chases the animals out of the yard. He's very, very good. Little Valentine themed spread, him and his heart bow tie, all ready for Valentine's Day. This is the treat packaging that we got in his Bully Make box in February. This is his wiggle ball that makes noise. He loved that. Him with some flowers, and I just sewed some of these pictures, some of the packaging together to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. Probably like back to school time. Yeah, August. Some more collage. Look how cute he is. Woof woof means I love you and dog. He tore up a magazine of mine once and was just laying there like, what did I do, Mom? He loves sweet potatoes. So that was him drooling. There's him. He was learning how to go into his kennel. That's his safe place. He very quickly realized, like, when we first got him, he would go in the kennel whenever we had to leave the house. So we'd get out the Kong and he'd go run to his kennel like, oh, you guys are leaving, thank goodness I get a break from you, and I get my Kong. Nice, free reign of the house. Another altered picture of him at the Temple of Cookies. A coloring book page, which we might need to, plus there's a ton of journaling room. I gotta do something with this, but I have been using coloring pages more and more in my journals, and I've been finding different ways to use them, so maybe we'll have to do a video on that soon. People crackers for dogs, like instead of animal crackers. I saw this and I thought this was so funny. Made a little pocket out of it. That's when we took him out to dinner for the first time. Halloween themed stuff. A little Snoopy picture that I turned into a place for writing room. Don't judge, that's horrible, but that was the year of Tiger King, and so I dressed up like Carol Baskin and put a little put a mane on him and made him a little tiger collar or tiger tag, though we figured out he did not like Halloween at all. Turns out strange people in masks coming up your driveway while it's dark at night, dogs tend not to like that. That's totally normal. That was his first and last Halloween outside, and that's okay. We enjoyed ourselves and it was over, and we were like, this was your first and your very last Halloween, Dale. He has a hoodie that says the Candy Inspector. All these, I didn't pay for any of these Snoopy printables. Pages that need some decorations, you don't have, you know, you're running out of ephemera, look online. There's just a huge wealth of free images and printables. I think I mentioned in my last video, I could not believe the amount of free images you could get right off of Pinterest without having to sign up for anything, give them your email. No, you just go, and it's obviously much easier to do it from a desktop so you can size it appropriately, but you can just go right on Pinterest and they have a ton of images. You can just click to download, resize it, and amazing. Again, treat packaging. Halloween papers. Snoopy blowing the leaves up. There's him in his Halloween collar. Cold snow nose, warm heart. I love that. There's him with his Tiger King collar. A little fox going trick-or-treating. A little starry sky fabric. I see the moon and the moon sees me. This is, we decked our, okay, so we decked our palm tree out with lights for Halloween one year, and we wanted him in front of the palm tree to take a picture, and his eyes were like lasers. His eyes were glowing, and it was like the spooky, it was like so funny how perfect this picture came out. I'll never forget when I saw it, when this was developed, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. Don't forget, you can make a journal like this and divide it into seasons or however you want. And I guarantee you have Halloween stuff, you have Christmas stuff, you have, you know, a spring themed things that you can use to decorate your journal with. So it doesn't have to just be dog themed, you know what I mean? I just journaled about our little adventures, trying to get Dale to celebrate Halloween. There's him. We handed out some treat bags to some of his friends in the neighborhood. A toy from his Halloween Billy Make box. Him with some fall flowers. Gift bags. On a vintage book page, him in the garden with sweet potatoes, a small piece of dog-friendly sweet potato pie, him licking his chomps, a little bit more journaling room, him in a plaid fall bandana. I altered this envelope just by collaging and gluing a picture of a dog in there. I actually like this. I think this is cute. I love this picture of him, like jerking it up right in front of the door next to our fall decorations. So this is what, I guess I had an extra picture of this, and this is how I cropped it and put it into a journaling card. but this is the OG picture. I adore this picture so much. It encapsulates the best things in life. This is a scoop of sweet potato ice cream. Was it sweet or pumpkin ice cream? I think I made him a pumpkin ice cream with kefir. So it's like lower in fat, kefir, pumpkin, and probably like a little bit of honey and the Ninja Creamy maybe, and watermelon and Greek yogurt. He's a foodie. He's like his mom and dad. There's him in his plaid bandana. We took him out for out to a restaurant, and people commented on how good he was. I think that was the first time we had ever taken him out. So like a sit-down restaurant maybe. I put my headband on him. This is like some Halloween kind of style packaging from something I got, and I just thought it's like very cartoon like, and it's so much fun, so I just used it to make really little pieces of ephemera I could stash. I think this was the actual property of Big Cat Animal Sanctuary. This is part of his Halloween costume. So he's just saving cute little things like this. Okay, this, I love the Snoopy printable. This is so funny. So I took a picture of him. He was hiding, he had his like head behind the couch, and I stumbled upon him, and I was like, oh my gosh, look, he looks like he's missing his head. So I thought that was like, I don't know, it was just so funny at the time. He looked like he's a headless Dale. So I thought it was appropriate to put in the Halloween section, even though you can tell, here's the train track. So clearly this was taken around Christmas time. There's him playing. I put a bunch of stickers and just little Halloween things out. Recipes. So for his birthday, I would usually make him a cake every year. This was a peanut butter apple doggy cake. And here's the rest of the directions for it. And for his birthday, we took him to celebrate on the river walk. That was his very first gotcha day. That icing is Greek yogurt and crushed blueberries to get the blue look, and the purple look. I altered a picture of him, so he's wearing a birthday hat and he has a cupcake in front of him. I put, it feels like yesterday you were scared little pup, afraid of your own shadow. Has it really been a whole year already? Well, it's been the best year, and here's to many more daily. And I put some pictures of dogs wearing party hats. There's him. I guess I need to put some glue over these. Absolutely getting ready to destroy his birthday cake. I put, can't we skip the singing and get to the cake eating part? That cake looks Paul looking good. Oh, a little pocket I made, and so many adventures to come. Isn't that the truth? Because I already have like 2 other ones. I promise I'm gonna go back in and finish journaling in these little spots. I hate leaving things like half done. It's not like I have any lack of things to write about. This guy has personality for absolute days. So I'm going to do that and finish this up. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. This is not really like any other video I've ever done. I've never done a dog themed journal flip through with you guys, or any kind of dog themed stuff, because I felt like it was really niche. But when you guys had commented in one of my other videos that you would like to see something like this, I decided to bite the bullet, and hopefully this helped some of you guys or inspired you to create a memory book of adventures with your dog. They are the best parts of many of our lives, and so it only makes sense to have a dedicated memory book where you can keep a record of your adventures together. Like I said, if you would like, check out the description box. I will keep a list there of a ton of junk journal layouts and idea prompts for memory keeping of adventures with your dog. And I want you guys to stay tuned because in a minute we're going to be doing a new segment every video, I hope, of just adventures with Dale, so you can see him in all his glory. And I'm going to be adding that to the end of each of my videos from now on. So, all my fellow dog lovers, I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more of this, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you the next time. Are you excited to go for your walk?